Hi everyone, this video is all about my neck, or more specifically about a treatment I've had, an injectable treatment called Profhilo, which is meant to tackle crepiness in the skin in your neck. It boosts the hydration and elasticity in your skin to make it look a bit better, and this is what it was all like. It is an injectable treatment, so there are needles. I have kept the clips of the actual treatment until the end of the video if you want to see them. So I'll chat about it first and tell you what it was like and all that. So why did I want a treatment in my neck? Well, you know, the neck is a great giveaway of age. The skin is thinner here. It has fewer oil glands, and because we're always twisting and turning and stretching and squashing it, you get these necklace lines as well. So I was really keen to try this treatment because I had it in my face last year and I know it's brilliant, and I hadn't realised that it was also something that could be done for the neck. So I went along to the Waterhouse Young Clinic to see Dr. Saira Vazdev, who is a very sure pair of hands with a Profhilo needle. You want someone with a very safe pair of hands when they're working in your neck. The neck feels really vulnerable when you're having it injected. And Profhilo is a very interesting kind of new treatment. It's like a moisture jab that goes beneath the skin, a sort of subcutaneous skin conditioner, if you like. And how it works is it's like a really runny kind of hyaluronic acid filler gel. So it's very similar to Juvederm's Volite treatment, or to Restylaine's Skin Boosters treatment, which are all these ones are kinds of hyaluronic acid runny gels that are injected just beneath the surface of the skin, where they moisturize it from the inside and hang on to moisture. Why I preferred to try the Profhilo one is because it only takes 5 injections on either side of the neck to get it in there, whereas the other two require hundreds of tiny pinprick injections, and the Restylane one you have to have several rounds of it. Profhilo, you need 2 rounds of treatment, but it's only 5 jabs a month apart, and then you're meant to start seeing results after 2 months. And what this gel is doing, this really fluid gel, once it's inside the skin, it spreads about under the skin and then it hangs on to moisture, and it has a great ability to stimulate collagen as well, which is a first in this area. So it stimulates the collagen, it hydrates the skin, and it improves the elasticity. That's all clinically proven. So why not? Because also I have a lot of treatments done on my face, and if you go on having nothing done to your neck, even if I've looked after my neck skin, which I have with, you know, using SPF and creams on it for the last 20 years, you know, it starts looking a bit out of sync with your face, and I was keen to address that. So I went to the Waterhouse Young Clinic, and the one thing I should have done with this treatment, which I didn't, was to say yes when I was offered anaesthetic cream. I thought, you know, 5 quick jabs, what's the problem with that? But the neck feels a bit more vulnerable than the face, and also Dr. Saira was going to treat my neck, the wrinkles along the neck, with a filler called Aliaxin. Aliaxin is a brand of filler like Restylane or Juvederm. But it has a very low concentration of a substance called BDDE, which, if you've heard of that, you may know it's the linking agent that's used to cross-link the particles of hyaluronic acid within the gel. They've got another way of linking the gel, but the fact that there's very low levels of BDDE means that it has a more stimulating effect on the skin. So as well as having a filling action, it can kickstart more collagen production in the skin. And what she was going to do with that was to inject it along the necklace lines, and that was a little bit grim, just because it's not very comfortable, and everybody else in the room, there's a Daily Mail photographer in the room, the lovely Juliet, who's taking pictures. You can hear the light thing squeaking away. There's a couple of other people. They were wincing while they were watching this, so I knew it didn't look very nice for them. It felt a little bit challenging even for me. I do a lot of procedures, so I'm quite used to this kind of stuff, but it did feel quite challenging. Another time I would go for the anaesthetic, and I would strongly advise that you do that if you're thinking of this. So it looked a bit of a mess after the injections of Aliaxin in my neck. You can see if you watch the video at the end, the neck is very red. And then the Profhilo injections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 each side, super quick. I'll show that as well. And then I put on a roll neck, because this was back in March, and went home and waited, because it takes 8 weeks before you start seeing a result with this, because that's how long it's going to be before the collagen is remodeled, particularly if your skin is getting a bit older. So I went back after 4 weeks for my second treatment. I couldn't see any change at this stage in my neck. But after 8 weeks, there has definitely been a softening in the wrinkles and a smoothing in the texture. It's not massive, but it is a change, a positive change. And what Dr. Sarah noticed was when she picked it up to rub it between finger and thumb, it feels a bit more resilient. Now I've learned to do that for myself. I can tell it too, but it's not like an enormous difference. I've got a before and after picture here. The light isn't very good on these, but you can see that that wrinkle in the one on the left is looking a bit softer by the time we get to the one on the right. So it's a positive change, and this will last for 6 months. Now, would this work for you? It doubtless would. The question is, it's 1,500 quid for the whole 2 rounds of this procedure. So is this 1,500 quid's worth of result? It depends. If you're used to dropping a lot of money on cosmetic procedures, then I'd say absolutely go for it. The Waterhouse Young Clinic and loads of the other clinics who are doing Profhilo all say everybody absolutely loves this stuff because it is conditioning the skin from the inside. It's actually remodeling it. It's called a biostimulator. It's a whole new class of product. So it's doing something that no other products can do, because like Botox can relax the muscles and fillers can fill out lines, but nothing else is actually getting underneath the skin and re-stimulating it in this way. But if you're not planning to spend an enormous amount of money on your treatments, then maybe it's just one to think about for the future. And why, as I was saying before, why I like it for the neck is that you can get to a point with treatments where you've got a face that has had a lot of work and a neck that hasn't, and there's a real discord between the two of them, which you don't really want in an ideal world. And obviously you could just wear a scarf or a roll neck, but as you know, I like to investigate these things properly to see what works and what doesn't. And this is a great one if you're up for it, but don't forget the anaesthetic, and make sure you've got a scarf for going home with afterwards. I've got the treatment videos coming up after this, so I hope you found that helpful. I'll put some of the details down below. Thanks for watching. Bye now.
Okay, and have you had any Profhilo treatment to your neck before?
No, I haven't had any treatment except Botox up and down on the, you know, the
platysma.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just having a look at the skin just to see, you know, the condition essentially. So what we're doing today with the remodeling treatment is we are going to use a combination of 2 treatments together. So Profhilo, which you already know about, is a really well-established treatment. We use that for biostimulation, skin remodeling, stimulating collagen and elastin, and improving tightening and improving the quality of the tissues. But we're also going to use a sister product called Profhilo. I mean, not Profhilo.
Called the
Aliaxin, which is classified as a dermal filler. But why it's unique and why we can use it in the neck is that it has a low level of cross-linking, which means it's very very massageable, very sculptable.
But it will hang around that much longer.
Yeah, absolutely. And it will work in synergy with the Profhilo, because the reason it differs from conventional fillers is that, you know about the BDDE cross-linking. So those chemical compounds, they're added into fillers to kind of enhance their mechanical properties. But once you add in BDDE, it limits the biostimulation capacity of the hyaluronic acid. So Aliaxin is unique in the way that it's been engineered to have relatively low levels of BDDE for a filler, which means that essentially the biostimulation capacity of the hyaluronic acid is still relatively well preserved compared to kind of conventional fillers, which are more mechanical. So where we use Profhilo for collagen stimulation, tightening and improving the quality of the skin, you inject the Profhilo and it will spread and have a general,
like it does in the face,
Where we can use the Aliaxin is if there is a little bit of volume loss in the neck, because we are obviously quite limited with injectable treatments in the neck, especially with fillers. So what I would intend to do today alongside the Profhilo is I'm going to use 2 mils of Aliaxin, and I'm going to use a cannula, actually a combination of a cannula and a micro injection technique. With the cannula I'm just going to fan in the Aliaxin for a little bit of that structural support and a little bit of volume support into the neck, and then I'm going to use the second syringe to inject the little necklines there. Can you see? Some more use. I'm going to actually use all the Aliaxin for the necklines.
Okay. Yeah, because there are.
Yeah, because I think that's probably the best use.
And so that would be to prop those up rather than
because the Profhilo will be there for the tightening effect. So we should.
It does tightening as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I've forgotten that.
Both of them. So there's an overlap between the effect of the Profhilo and the Aliaxin.
Yeah.
The additional benefit of the Aliaxin is that you can treat the necklines directly, and it gives a little bit of volume support also.
Yeah. Now, Dr. Zara had intended to put the Aliaxin into my necklace lines and around it with a cannula, which is like a blunt needle that fans the product out in the area. But on reflection, she decided it would be a better idea to use a needle. So she's using a needle here. There's a lot of injections, as you can see, which is why I've speeded it up. But it wasn't too uncomfortable. You can see I don't look massively out of sorts. I'm still cracking jokes with the photographer and makeup artist and whoever else we've got there, and Karen, who's doing the videoing. You don't often get to see Karen, but there is a glimpse of her coming up later on. And this all goes by pretty quickly, but the Profhilo, which comes up next, is super quick, as you will see in a minute. And is this a more superficial injection?
Yeah.
Because I can hardly feel these. Or maybe it's because I've just been desensitised by all the other...
Well, yeah, this one's not as sensitive.
Okay. Okay, is that like 5?
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Profhilo is it's a spreadable product, so you just kind of do.
And it's fantastic. I mean, it runs around under the skin, hangs on to moisture, stimulates the growth of elastin and collagen. And so it'll take a month. Well, sorry, you were saying I need a second round
in a
month's time, and then it's good for like 9 months, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And it's a month.
No, sorry, 6 months.
6 months.
Profhilo is every 6 months.
Every 6 months. Okay.
Although I follow the protocol now is a single treatment every 3 months is what Profhilo have kind of recommended.
So sort of easy on to a continuous. Okay. But certainly I find in my face I could see after 5 weeks, or I could tell the products I was using. If I used as much moisturiser as I had before, it was all just sliding off.
Right, all done.
Fantastic.
That's all done. So
Can we just...
It will fall for a few days, but that will also settle down as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that's kind of the norm really.
Okay, so polo neck and a bit of a scarf.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
No problem. It was a pleasure.